Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Yes, I know, live on a Saturday night. Yes, Barry, not something that happens too often, but we're in the middle of a nice storm here in the UK, and wife was busy, so why not? It's blowing an absolute gale where I am here, and I'm almost right in the centre of the UK, so if it's blowing here, goodness knows what it's going to be like on the coast. We are back in Southampton today, and Southampton is where we obviously landed yesterday, so it's quite nice to be able to continue this. So Southampton up to Belfast Aldergrove today, which is currently seeing a little bit of hairy weather. To be fair, it's not that bad at the minute. I think it's meant to get a little bit worse on over the next hour or two. So we shall see. Not only is the weather a little bit gusty, but it's more of a crosswind there. I think the winds are stronger in perhaps somewhere like Liverpool, for example, but that's mostly just a headwind, which, to be honest, most of you don't want to see a headwind landing. You all want to see a nice crosswind landing potentially go wrong. So that's what we're going to be doing today. That's the plan anyway. So welcome, guys. Welcome on this Saturday night. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we welcome our amazing channel members. Hey, Barry, who is currently celebrating 29 months of channel membership, live on a Saturday. 20 membership. Oh my word! I've not seen that notification. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness! Right, what a way to kick off the stream, Barry, with 20 Easyjet Simpilot channel memberships. That is amazing, and of course, just celebrating 29 months of channel membership support as well, Barry. That is absolutely legendary from yourself, mate. Thank you so much. That is unbelievably generous, mate, and obviously we know that's not the first time you supported us like this, so really do appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to all our other channel members and our new ones as well now, courtesy of Barry. Andre DC, Jordan, good to see you, 2411, is there Ace Airstream also here as well. The rest of the world also appears to be off to to go and see Santa, don't they? I thought, now let's stay here in the UK. Great. It's great to be different. I like being different. And welcome to everybody else. Thank you so much. And I look forward to chatting with you as our flight ensures. Right, operational flight plan pinned into the chat as per usual. If you're watching on YouTube, shout out to our purple followers as well. Hello over there on Twitch. So let's have a look at our operational flight plan. We'll get going, and oh, that looks small. Hang on, let me make that a little bit bigger for you. Right, hopefully you can. You should now be able to read that. So we've not got a regulated landing weight at Belfast, which is nice. So we're not very heavy either tonight. About 12.5 tons, nicely underloaded. Cost index of 4, headwind of 37. About an hour's flight time. Top of climb is the max shear rate, it's only 2, so that's fine. Departing runway 20, landing ILS runway 25. So all of that looks like pretty standard stuff. Nothing there jumps out at me. Takeoff weight is well below max landing weight if we needed to get back in at Southampton for whatever reason. So that's all well and good. Just under 5.5 tons. There's plug fuel. We'll probably throw a little bit more on that. Alternate tonight is Glasgow. CNR is about 2.4 tons, where we have to commit to somewhere. I think they've got a bit of windy weather as well tonight, actually. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's have a look at the yeah, there you go. That's so that's the potential. We're going to get up to sort of a 17-18 knot crosswind there, as you can see, Belfast. The visibility is fine, 1.4 kilometers. Oh, sorry, that's the ceiling, 1,400 feet, and 6 kilometers visibility. So it's all Cat 1 stuff. It's just a little bit windy. There you can see as well Liverpool underneath that. So very windy there, but most of that is a headwind if we were coming into land at a 32 knot headwind, which that's interesting. Manchester's got a decent crosswind as well this evening. Looking at that, 16 knots. So yeah, good fun all round. Let's have a look at the forecast then. So today's date, there we go, Belfast Altigraph over the top. It's the 9th, isn't it, today? So yeah, forecast wind 270, gusting up to 32 knots, so still within limits. Rain as well, so yeah, happens a lot during the winter months at Belfast, this kind of weather, so the pilots that are based there absolutely seasoned to it. Yeah, there you can see as well, look, Liverpool's getting gusts of up to 43 knots as well. Glasgow, it's not too bad, so that's a fair shout for an alternate tonight. So we'll definitely be taking some extra fuel. That's our flight route, so we can give Liverpool and Manchester a wave as we watch the go-arounds beneath us out of our left-hand side. Look at that. Yeah, basically, it's just a massive area of light turbulence, so it could be a choppy flight tonight for the flight crew. Never mind. No times. A quick look through these. We've got nothing there at Southampton that's going to go to worry us, and Belfast has also got nothing either, so that's all right. So in terms of extra fuel, then I think we can probably throw on an extra ton, given the potential for some naff weather. So let's take 6.5 tons of fuel. So getting in, we should be fine, but always, if we can afford it, we're always worth taking a little bit extra on there. So there you go. Ross says Leeds is really interesting with the wind almost at 49 on the gusts. Yeah, that's that's why we don't fly to Leeds often. Abgril Aviation says, have you seen all the go-rounds at Manchester? Not surprising. Not surprising at all, given the weather this evening. Right, yes, so 6.5 tons of fuel, that's what we've decided, that's fine. Here is our flight route, there it is. So that looks pretty straightforward. Departure out of Southampton is pretty straightforward as well. Straight out, and then we're at 500 feet. It's a slight right-hand turn to intercept that 217 radial, no speed restrictions, and then when we're happy and above 2,000 feet, then we can start the right-hand turn, and we're going direct to Norrie is our first waypoint. The arrival in Belfast is also almost self-directed if we've got no air traffic control on board. Coming in via Ipset, and then from there towards the Belfast VOR, we'll just sort of fly a nice 13-mile DME arc. Well, we don't have to fly that, but we can just vector ourselves in for something similar there as well. All right, so if we're all happy with that, let's go and let's go find our jet, shall we? Yeah. So. There she is. I don't know if you can actually hear the wind tonight. It is quite windy here in Southampton. I can certainly hear it. Or I could earlier. Might have dropped off a little bit now. Actually, how would you go about doing the DMA arc? Well, normally stuff like that would be part of your flight management guidance system. It would already be in the navigation system. You can build them up. You can build them up yourself if you need to, but like Barry's just said, it would fly it for you if required. So let's jump on board and start getting ourselves set up for this. So there we are. We will of course be aircraft is in its turnaround state at the moment. Let's check how the previous flight crew has done. So yeah, we've got the pumps off. Nav logo lights there on. That's fine. And just double check obviously what's going on there. What have they done? Right, well that's they should be off for starters. I kind of like it when actually there's something a bit not normal about it that's worth checking, but other than that, everything else looks fair. Hey Christian, good to see you. Right, so I'm just telling the ground crew we want 6.5 tons of fuel. Bear with me one moment. There we go. So that should be that should be that done. And we will get our ATIS. I don't think we've got any air traffic control knocking about at the moment. No, we don't. So let's grab the ATIS off of here. So this is the weather currently then at Southampton. Oh, there it is. It is quite gusty. 250 at 15, gusting to 7. So we're going to feel that from the right as we depart. It's also varying 200, 290, so wow, that's quite a 90-degree angle there. Visibility is fine, few clouds at 3,700, so we'll not need anti-ice on for our departure. 11 degrees and QNH is 1,000, so that's fine. Shall we have a quick look at what's happening in Belfast at the minute? Looks like we've got some ATIS online, that's good, bit of ATC. So 280 at 13. That's not too bad, but it is planned to get worse as the night goes on. And we've also just checking their runway in use. Runway 25. That's good stuff. All right. So let's crack on sorting our aircraft out. So there you go. Refueling's underway. Let's start passenger loading then. So QNH is 1,000. That's all fine. We need to be monitoring the guard, which we are. We also want 122.8 Unicom when we're airborne. That's fine. Audio control panel's fine. Switching panel, thrust levers, spoils, flaps, gravity extension, parking brake, all of that stuff. Squawking 2,000 up here then. 1011. Get the constraints on. With no ATC, so we'll set our own initial climb. We'll have a transition altitude, which is 6,000 feet. So that's set as well. And the company message has come through, so that's fine. All right, good. Let's continue with the setup then. I'll set up the box. So there you go. 1 hour 2 minutes is planned. Data page, IRS, 3 nav greens, and aircraft status, valid air X cycle, right engines, all that stuff. Okay, let's do our init request. Jordan, any news from the Fenix around 321, 390? No, not yet. Let them get the IAEs some version 2 fully completed of the A320, but it will come. It will come, don't you worry about that. So, our call sign today is Easy 467 Lima. Should have said as well, this is, I didn't know that this was a real flight route for Easyjet, but it is, so we're doing it, which is nice. Tropo 34340. Grab the winds. Seagull, why is the thumbnail an A380? I got what your hub. Is it? I've not set a thumbnail, so I'm not quite sure where that's come from. That's a great way to lure people into the stream, though, if that is the case. Honestly, I've not set that. That's very strange. We'll be cruising out tonight of 360 and a temperature of 51. Okay, the passengers coming up. Right, so departing runway 20, no SIDS because, well, there aren't any. What we're going to do then is we shall leave that it is, because then we'll just select or ignore it when the time comes, and then the arrival at the other end, which we've said is going to be the ILS runway 25. No stars, obviously, no stars and no veers. And insert. That gives us a distance in the box of 350. I've got 353 on the flight plan, so that's fine. Radnav page, Southampton, VOR. And after we have departed, we need to fly to intercept the 217 radial. So just pop that in there. Bit of raw data flying, why not? So that's fine. And then on to our init B page. Now I think we've got the load sheet. I've seen that come through. Let's have a look. Oh, Jordan, don't ask me as a PC specialist. I know absolutely nothing. Casper, I'm not sure if anyone else in the chat can help you with that. Issues with GSX Pro today. Wanted to install it, but it stopped downloading at pack 3 and didn't continue. Firewall is turned off. I don't know. That's the kind of thing I just try again. Right, so fuel weight is 56.7. Oh, finger's not working today. 56.7. C of G. 31.2. And alternate fuel is 1.4 tons. Right, fuel planning. We're taking 6.5 tons. Let's see what it wants. Ronald Jeffers from Chicago. Hello, Ronald. How you doing? Merry Christmas to you too. It wants 5.5. That's fine. We did say we're going to take an extra ton because of the weather. That's an extra 31 minutes of time, isn't it? So a takeoff weight then of 63. Bang on. That's fine. That's also below max landing weight. So we shall take that. Let's do our performance calculations then and see how we get on with it. C of G for departure is 29.8. Okay, so departure performance. Is it dry? I just can't remember. It is dry, isn't it? It is dry. Meta, gusting, yeah, there's no rain. That's fine. So, it is dry. Why have I done that? I need the Fenix out. Brendan, mate, thank you so much for gifting 5 Easyjet Simpilot channel memberships and continuing the support on the channel. Amazing support here tonight for a Saturday Night Live, which you are right, Barry, it doesn't happen nearly often enough. But Brendan, really, thank you so much. Top channel member as well there. Thank you for your support. No need to force toga. Anti-ice can be off. Packs will be off. Takeoff weight of 63. Now, if you remember, if you were watching yesterday when we landed here, you'll know this is actually a very short runway. So, it'll be interesting to see what we get if we can actually do a flaps 1 departure. We may need flaps 2, maybe even flaps 3, maybe even toga. Let's see. Intersection data, full length. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, this says we actually can get out with a flex of 47. Okay, well, let's go with it. 116. And 140 for the rest. Transition altitude 6,000 feet, flaps 1 and 47 is the flex. Okay, yeah, so they are the calculations, and that's what we've got in. We didn't need anti-ice on the what were the clouds? 37,000, so yeah, don't need those. Okay, let's have a look at our engine out procedure and all that gubbins. So this is 1044, 1044, yep, they're fine, and engine out procedure is standard, so we just copy the active. Second flight plan then. It's basically a right turn to the SAM VOR. So, EGHI, let's create this. Initial departure bearing 199. It's standard, so we'll create this waypoint 50 miles out. Place bearing distance 01. We need to force the aircraft to make a right-hand turn, so fly west 270. A couple of miles away. And then back to the Southampton VOR. There we go. Where we will take up the hold. Inbound course 020. And right turns. Okay, for time then, I'm happy to leave that there. We've got the hold in, and it's all fine. To be fair, actually, what I will do is I will just change this to EGHI. The chances are that, you know, if we've got something that's gone really wrong, we might not want to come back into Southampton because it's not the longest of runways, as we saw yesterday. So, so there we are. Christopher, you have just made a good spot there. We've got the wrong runway selected in the tablet. Very good spot. Let's just update that. That's why there's two guys in a real flight deck. So it would have been okay. Would have been conservative, the figures that we'd got there, so we would have been fine. So let's update it then. 124. VR and V2 exactly the same. A slightly higher flex, which is fine. The rest is the same. Well done, Christoph. Okay, that's done. Second flight plan is done. Wonderful. Okay. Alright, so if we're happy with all of that, that's everything all set up, let's brief it then. So, starting with the weather conditions here. So, yeah, it's just gusty, isn't it, from the right as we're departing. Winds 250 at 15, gusting 27, and it's variable as well all the way around at 290. So, we are going to feel that on the right as we depart, making engine 2 critical, of course, in case of a fire. Weather en route is fine, maybe a little bit choppy, and the arrival weather is okay at the moment actually, but it's tipped to get worse as that storm moves in over the course of the next hour or so. So aircraft is fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. No NOTAMs for either of our airports today. Threats to be aware of here at Southampton. Short runway, remember, so that might be in the back, you know, if we do have to make an emergency stop. It's worth remembering. Obviously, before V1, that's the kind of time that we would, you know, sort of stop absolutely. But depending on what that failure is, if we can quickly react to it, then you know, we're going to perhaps think it's going to be safer to go than do a high-speed rejected takeoff. Other than that, it's a narrow runway as well. It's 37 meters wide. This is actually a captain's only landing and captain's only departure as well, so it's worth bringing that in. And I'll just check the familiarity of the airport itself, which we don't do it that often. I think we have to actually, if I remember rightly, I think we have to enter the airport, enter the runway, and backtrack down for our departure. Yes, we do. Have a quick look there. You can see we're stand 2 and we're taxi Bravo, so we've got a full length turnaround before we can go. There's no issues with MSA. It's pretty low down terrain. Yeah, there you go, 2,300 feet, and a slightly unconventional departure. I suppose that could be a little threat as well. So let's talk about that. The other thing for the taxi as well is we're not going to be doing a single engine taxi. Airport's not big enough or busy enough. So the departure itself just said we're going to taxi off from stand 2, and then we're going to taxi Veer Alpha and Bravo. Then we'll have to backtrack for departure runway 20. The departure then, we're going to depart, and then once we're at 500 feet, we're going to make a right turn, and we're going to intercept that 217 radial that we can see there. Now, what I have done already is I have tuned the VOR so it's in there and set to 217. So we're going to turn right, and when that lines up, then we're going to fly that 217 radial. So it is a little bit different to normal, and that's purely for noise abatement reasons. So we're not overflying populated areas and that stuff. Once we're at 2,000 feet, we can do what we want. And that's when we'll make that right-hand turn to continue to our first waypoint of Nori. But other than that, there's no speed restrictions or anything like that, so it's pretty much going to be a standard sort of departure. What modes will I use then to fly that? Well, what I will probably do is after 500 feet, I will still continue to hand fly this, and when I see the needle then start to move, then I can get the autopilot on, and we'll pull heading set 217, and we'll fly that track. To be fair, it's only until we get to 2,000 feet anyway, then we can hit direct Nori. That'll enter nav mode, and away we go. Alright, I think that is I think that's everything done then. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let's pop that in arc mode for now. And yeah, we're good to go. So let's get that APU started, and then we can power ourselves. Hello.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are now on board.
Okay, let's get the doors closed, and we should be looking to push back in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, I let the crew know, and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
Has our final load sheet come through yet? Yes. Back match, it's not a short runway anymore, is it? Well, it's for an A320. It's only about 1,700 meters. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and the total number of souls, not including yourself, here.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got right fuel on board. Is this a preliminary load sheet? Here's the final one. Takeoff weight of 62.6. We planned on 63, so that's okay. CFG is 29.5. We planned 29.8, so excellent. No LMCs. So it's good to go. Right, good. APU's up and running. Let's get the pumps on. External power disconnected. And on. Bleed air on. And a quick PA to our passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight tonight from Southampton to Belfast. We'll be cruising tonight at 36,000 feet. We are about 10 minutes delayed, so I do apologise for that. But hopefully we'll do our best to get ourselves make up that time during the air. Once we push back, which will be in the next 5 minutes, it's a short taxi out, and then departure weather is looking okay. It's a little bit windy tonight, but nothing that we can't handle. So if you get yourself sat down, seatbelt signs have just come on, and we'll be looking to get you safely underway as soon as possible. Thank you. Alright, cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 6.5 tons. That's balanced. It is 3.5 green. Bar of QNH is 1,000 hectopascals at 50 feet. Done. Hey Wayne, good evening. How are you doing? Steve Mullen says, hope the Saturday evening's going well. Sitting in Belfast with a bottle of wine, plane spotting, waiting for Easyjet inbound to arrive. Let me know, Stephen, if you see any go-arounds. That'll give us an insight into what's going on there. Right, prepare for pushback and departure. Southampton traffic easy 467 Lima stand 2. We're
Hello,
pushing
Captain.
back facing
We are ready
east.
for pushback.
So just whilst they're doing that, just final checks of the box. Southampton 20, Norwich the first waypoint. Southampton 217 in the rad nav. 360, that's going to be fine. Speeds 124, 140, 140. Thrust reduction about 1,000 feet. Flexing 54. Flaps 1 departure.
Bypass pin inserted.
Takeoff weight 63. And second flight plan has the engine out procedure in it, which is standard tonight.
Locking gear.
Okie dokies, before start checklist. Parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, beacon lights on. Wayne, I'm with the Orbex one, the original one.
Release parking brakes, please.
I've not got the animals. I think this looks fantastic. So there you
go. Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, noticeable steering is disconnected and parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Engine mode selected to ignition. Paranoia check on the overhead. Yeah, starting engine 1. Is that an American Airlines aircraft? Wow, they're lost. Pilots probably fell asleep. It has happened. There's a meeting with tea and no biscuits. In fact, if you do that, I don't even think you're getting tea. Hey Angus, do I have a tutorial with GSX self-loading cargo? Angus, I'm afraid I don't. I basically sort of disable a lot of that stuff for self-loading cargo. I like all the announcements and the interactiveness, but I've got Fenix to GSX, which sorts that out for me and works very well. I didn't want to mess about with it.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
What's going on with that QNH over there? Oh, I know. They're not linked. They should be. I need to get this back linked. My first officer's not updated to the latest meta. Engine 1 is available starting engine 2. I'm going to change that now, actually. So, where are we doing that?
Adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Airframe, barrel refs are now linked. Next.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth.
Biker, do I have a tutorial video for Fenix to GSX? Yes, yes I do. So there is one on the channel.
Left is clear, right is clear.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
Right, Tug's gone. He's out the way.
Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube.
Just waiting for engine 2 to stabilise. There it is.
Flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
Alright, engine mode selects us back to normal. And off. Off. Set the trim. And the after start checklist. So anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim is 29.5 and rudder is neutral. Okay, short taxi, so let's do our flight control check here. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. Something in the way of my rudder pedals down there, which could be interesting with the D-crab in Belfast. Let's sort that out. Okay, there we are. Southampton traffic, easy 467 Lima, taxiing now via Alpha to holding point Bravo 1 for runway 20. Actually, I have the Thrustmaster TPR pedals, which are very nice. Okay, no change to our performance or LMCs, anything like that. That's all well and good. Engine out procedure is standard, so once we're 1600 feet, we make a right turn Southampton via where we'll hold 3000 feet, which is above MSA. Departure is straight out 500 feet, right hand turn, intercept 217, radial once above 2000 feet. We're going to go direct to our first waypoint.
Everyone seated and secured for takeoff.
Okay, short taxi, so if you want to get yourselves sat down.
No problem. All stations, takeoff position, please.
Taxi checklist, flight controls set and checked. Flap settings config 1 FMA, climb nav blue 1 FD2 6000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear are on. ECAM memo. Just waiting for the crew to sit down. EFB is stowed and disconnected. Keep an eye on that takeoff memo. Poor lost soul over there. He's in the wrong country. There we go, takeoff memo no blue. So I'll not rush the taxi now because, like I said, it is a short one. Is that a Premier Inn? Oh, it is. Nice. A room with a view there. Wayne, we've not got the Christmas livery just yet. We normally have that for the Lapland flight, which of course will be coming up. Oh guys, the amount of giveaways we've got, you can't miss that date. I don't know when it is yet, so I can't tell you. It will be the week of the 18th, one of those days. But oh my word, there are over 40 giveaways, 40 giveaways. We're going to be giving something away every 10 minutes. It's crazy, the amount of stuff we've got. Awesome support from our sponsors, including a mini FCU unit, which is just incredible. Right, approach path looks clear. Southampton traffic easy 467 Lima is entering runway via section Bravo to backtrack and depart runway 20. Keep the backs on for the moment. Jay, do you start the engines during the pushback? Yes, yes, as we did. Eric, when do I activate the approach phase and know when to slow down? Every approach is different, and I think every pilot probably has their own way of doing things, but for me personally, at 10,000 feet, I make sure I've got selector speed 250 knots, unless air traffic control have told me otherwise, of course. And whenever I'm in selector speed, I then activate the approach phase. When do I start to slow down? Again, under air traffic control restrictions or constraint restrictions, that's up to that depends on the approach you're doing. But normally, a really good rule of thumb is sort of if you can be green dot by 15 miles out, flaps 1 by 12 miles out, flaps 2 before 2,000 feet, and then gear and landing flaps about between 5 and 6 miles. Lenny, 40 giveaways is nuts. It is, but oh my word, what a time we're going to have. Elin says the physical runway extension actually modelled in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not in this version, I don't think. I don't know about the new Innobuilds version. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so. Not entirely sure about that taxi light just there. Don't want to run that over. Come on, give me some power. Why have we stopped? Oh, I think my brake's stuck. My rudder pedals do this sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes I just have to press the brake again to get to release them. Alright, let's see what the weather's like then. So, lineup checklist, cam secure, take off runway full length, runway 20, TCAS TRA, PAX 1, 2 off. Let's go. So, take off. Start the chrono. 50% M1 set. I'm just holding on the brakes because it is a short runway, so let's get those engines spooled up rather than eating up runway. There we go, engine stable, release brakes, set take off thrust. Man flex, SIS, runway, engine 2, critical. Knots. E1. Rotate. Oh, the wind. Wow. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Thrust climb, climb. Thrust climb, open climb, heading. And that's it, 2,000 feet. So I'm now going to go direct to Nori, this is our first waypoint, and autopilot 1. In fact, I'm not going to put autopilot 1 on, I'm going to force a right hand turn. Now autopilot 1 can come on. S-speed, flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. Go direct to Nori. There we go. Insert. That's nav mode. Cancel master caution. Disregard. Clear recam. David Apollo. Yep. Fenix A320. That's right. Jay, stopping on the turn isn't fun. No, absolutely not. And spoilers, flaps, gear, all's fine. Release the cabin crew. Cabin crew released. We've already got a 60 knot crosswind at the minute. Alright, so we've got no air traffic control, so let's just give ourselves a cleared altitude to fly to, flight level rather than altitude. So, thrust climb up and climb 250 blue. Get the lights off now, don't need those. Angus, you just watched that tutorial. Excellent. Hope it was useful for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh fuel available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros,
Right, so that's 10,000 feet. Obviously the lights are already off, so we're going to put airports onto the EFIS, into the box. Our radar page can be cleared out, don't need that anymore. Progress page, that's fine, flight level 360, yeah, so we'll continue up to that, 0 the cost index, and secondary flight plan, copy the active flight plan, so we don't need the engine out procedure anymore. So, flight level 360 blue. Jordan B, celebrating 8 months of captain level membership. Jordan, thank you so much for your support over the last 8 months. Appreciate that so much, as I do all the channel members. Absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Wow, Jordan also splashing out on champagne. Brilliant. So, have we got any ATC knocking about? Scottish controls online. Don't think they will affect us. Wayne gives us a weather report, 260 at Segres. 260 Sangrias at 13 knots. See, that's okay. If it stays like that, we'll be fine. It's tipped to get worse though. I love that. The clouds underneath being lit up by the city lights. Eric, am I planning to do ATR ops anytime soon? The thing is, Eric, if I had the time, I'd be flying a different aircraft every day, within reason. Probably still wouldn't touch Boeing. And just trying to get and being able to do it every day, maybe even a couple of times a day, you know, that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, I can't. I don't have the time. I wish I did. I wish I was able to do it full time, but sadly not. So we stick to what we know, or rather, I stick to what I know, which is our beautiful Airbus A320 ops. And of course, we do check out the A330 as well, because it's just the big brother, isn't it, of the A320. Now, so it's a little bit bumpy. You can just see it's not the smoothest of climbs, but that was pretty much forecast at the start of the flight, so that's fine.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
And just whilst we're in the climb as well, I will point out, those of you that have been following the I suppose it is the rather sad story of my first officer. He is still with us. It was just over 4 weeks ago we found out that he may have only got 2 or 3 days left with us. 4 weeks later, my God, he's still here. Still happy, still smiling, still eating. He's not so bothered about walks anymore. Well, who would be? The weather's rubbish. he's happy to go out, and then he gets out and thinks, ugh, no, can we go back in? Which is fine. But he's ruptured his cruciate ligament chasing the cat. He needs surgery for that. He can't have surgery for that because he's too old and ill, sadly. So he is on painkillers, which he seems to be literally hopping along fine. He will run around the house still on 3 legs because he just lifts one up, and yeah, he is a testament to just getting on with what life he's got. And I tell you what, he's enjoying every minute of it, bless him. Barry, sleeting steak he did last night, and tonight he had gammon, so I reckon he's going nowhere while he's getting fed like this. Dr. Magic celebrating, oh my word, 31 months of channel membership. Captain Level says, I haven't vlogged for a while, but I hope to get back to simming soon. However, I'm still loving the streams and looking forward to the Christmas one. I'm really looking forward to the Christmas one, Dr. Magic. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that all of you will be here for at least some part of that, because that will be a full day. You know, that's up to Lapland and back. So we're talking 8-9 hours. It's going to be a full day blocked out in my calendar. Over 40 giveaways, which is insane. So definitely one not to miss. Oh, Angus, thank you, thank you. It is sad, but you know what? I think I said this originally when we found out, particularly on the Discord server, that we're absolutely devastated that we know he's going to leave us. Well, we thought he was going to leave us a lot sooner than he has done. The fact he's still here is just blooming Christmas miracle. And of course, like all things, the moment he starts being unhappy and unable to enjoy himself as he still does currently, then that will be the time, sadly. But I've sort of made my peace with that, and I know it's going to be devastating when that time comes, but I'm just so thankful that he's still here and we haven't had that shock factor. Well, no, it is still a shock, but we've been able to make the most of this time, and the fact we wake up every morning and he's still, you know, every time I open the fridge, running up to us wanting something out of it. It's incredible. Andy, I use self-loading cargo for the sounds. Speedbird Simulations, good evening. Basement from, if you're going to Belfast, then Scottish that is online will want you to contact him. Are they controlling it? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Lee Rose, good evening to you. I like getting some ATC. My cat's on fire! Mate, how could I forget a username like yours? Just got back from 15 months in Australia. Oh, wow. Wow, indeed. Need to get back into backstop flights in ASAP. Yeah, well, why don't you just replicate your flight? That'd be awesome. Oh, Andy70D, thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I personally am in a much better place with it now. I was absolutely distraught. It's ridiculous. I said to so many people, I swear I've cried more for this, for my dog than I have some family members, which is insane, but I guess that's the bond you don't realise is there until that time comes. Yes, sad, but at the moment we're just celebrating every day he's got. And I swear he's doing it on purpose, staying with us this long, because we'd actually started decorating the entire house, literally top to bottom. So every room decorated, brand new sofa, brand new carpets throughout the house. And we said we were never going to do this until First Officer George had left us for obvious reasons. You know, dogs, they can get mucky and bring stuff into the house, and we just didn't want to do it. But then he kept on going. He's 12 now, and it was like, well, we're going to be investing in the house for. You really need to do it now. The kids are older. They're not going to draw on walls, or so I hope. So we probably need to do the house, and we'll just have to. Cope with the dog still being here. And he's saying, yeah, no, I am going to go, but I'm going to wait until you've finished decorating the house first, mess it up, and then I'll go. So, bless him. In fact, the final stage, the last carpet, the stairs carpet, arrives on Monday, which could really ruin my streaming plans. So I probably may not be around on Monday. So I think I do. There's a part of me that thinks he's waiting now until the final carpet comes in. He's sat on the brand new sofas. He's laid on those, you know, the ones that we said he would never be allowed on. So he's enjoyed his life on those. He's rolled around on every new carpet. The last stage is the stairs carpet, and I think after that he's going to be right. That's it. Proved you wrong. I lived longer than all you. I lived long enough to see the brand new house. I'm off now. So, God bless him. Brendan, that's it. He has had an amazing life. He's had a lot to put up with, you know. 4 children, which he's seen through, and loves them awesome. That's so much. And left all his marks, so to say. Eric, that's it, Eric. Andy, you lost your beautiful lab in 2016. It still has. Do you know, Andy, and I've said this to so many people as well. So, after my first officer, George, he's the first dog I've ever had. I never wanted a dog. It was my wife's dog. I never wanted one. But we got him 12 years ago. And, you know, it was sort of the bane of my life for many years, and I came to tolerate him, then came to love him, and now I adore him. So I'd never had a dog before. Even as a kid growing up, I never had a dog before. And in the past, when people have told me that, you know, that they've lost their family pet, they've lost their dog, cat, whatever, I'd always sort of, you know, nod my head sympathetically and go, oh, well, that's really sad, I'm so sorry to hear it. But I never got that. Until the last month, I never understood just how tragically painful it can be. So, no, I get it now. Absolutely get it. It's not nice. Speedbird Simulations, Mission Departure. If you use the Orbex version, have they updated to match real world runway specs yet? I don't think they have. Don't think they have. Maybe the one will come at some point. DCG is looking to have such an amazing boss. Oh, that'd be my wife. It's not me. But I'm just living every day with him as it comes, and as long as he's still running to me whenever he hears that fridge door open, I know he's fine. Bless him. Christian, oh, he's a mongrel. He's a mongrel, so there's no breed in him. Bless him. Fezza, thank you for the sub. So we should be on the ground, as long as we get in first time, we should be on the ground before 10 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock local time, of course. Christian, mongrel, a mixed breed of all dogs, no pedigree bloodline. Hey Lana says, had one cat, was extremely annoying. Bless her. Loved cuddling and headbutting but wouldn't give up. Jumped back on the desk after being put on the floor. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that made you cry more than anything is the fact you knew he'd never annoy you anymore. Do you know, something I'm really going to miss, and I don't mind talking about it now, like I say, I've made my peace with it, the fact he's still here is just incredible. I'm going to miss the walks. I hate going on dog walks, it interrupts my day. But I know everyone in our village because of George. Because he was the kind of dog that would just bound up to anyone and hope they got food in their pocket. So everyone knew him. Or knows him, sorry, it's not gone yet. But in terms of what he actually was breed-wise, so his mum and dad was a jug. A great name. So that's a pug crossed with a Jack Russell, a jug, an affectionate name. And his dad was a big old English sheepdog. So don't ask me how that happened, by the way, because there was a considerable and formidable size difference between his parents. I think it was a lucky shot. Harren, on your way to Munich on Unicom. Munich's usually got air traffic control knocking about. Although I think everyone's up in North Europe tonight, aren't they? Northern Europe is lit up. For the Santa run. So 1,000 feet to go. Then we'll do a fuel check, landing check, all that stuff. Start planning the arrival. Angus, what size-wise is he closer to, his mum or dad? He's slap bang in the middle, Angus. So he's about, well, when he was healthy, he was about 20 kilograms. He lost some weight. He's put a bit back on now, but yeah, he was a good mid-sized dog. Everyone who met him said he was just like a Disney dog. I will pop a picture on Discord when the time is right, so you can all see him. I think I've put pictures on him before, actually. I'm sure they're there. Sarah, you have a joke. She's an absolute nutcase.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Right, so that's it. 36,000 feet coming up. We'll do a landing calculation in a minute. The wind actually in Belfast, we're getting very lucky tonight. The forecasted winds don't look like they're going to happen. Winds 270 at 15, that's straightforward. Sarah, it is indeed the Jack Rustliner. Yeah. Yeah. And that's Macalt Cruise. Cleaver, I don't even want to know what other chat you're in. Right, let's get our performance cost index back up to 4 as I cycle through the SD pages. Make sure nothing's broken. Yeah, fuel's fine, temperature's fine, everything's fine. Beautiful. Lee, you got Easyjet Captain as a neighbour, popping in soon to see Microsoft Flight Simulator. He will love it, especially the Phoenix. In fact, you can tell him to run my landing distance calculation for me. We're going to do that in a second. Work out if we can get away with idle reverse or not. Brendan, you got a 10.5-year-old German Shepherd. Oh, Brendan, I mean, don't take this wrong way, mate, but that dog is doing really, really well. Most German Shepherds I know, sort of 8-9-year-old, they're starting to really struggle with their back end, don't they? So that's really good. Everyone here just slagging their pets off. My dog's an idiot. Okay, fuel check then at Trent. Coming up. So what extra fuel did we take? We took 6.5 ton, which is about 1.2 ton over planned. Yeah, 1.2 ton. Trent, what we got? Where's Trent? Where are you? There you are. So should have about 4.4 tons in the tank. I've got 4.7. Nice. In the case of dogs, it is a compliment. Will Johnson had to take a week off when he lost his dog Tiffy. Totally distraught. Will, I get it. Absolutely, I get it. I also, when we found out we got a couple of days with our boy left, I said, well, I'm not going to work. I'm staying home. Absolutely. I can't concentrate on work. I can't concentrate. I can't think about anything else. And then, as I've been saying, he kept going and kept going. I'm like, oh, I can't. He's proving everyone wrong, so I can't keep taking all this time off. Jordan, that's another thing, isn't it? Would you have another dog afterwards? At the moment, for me, no. I mean, it would be far too soon. Anyway.
Well, Mike, Victor, Bravo Delta, that was hard.
What's going on Unicom? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could. I'd feel like I'm cheating on my dog, which I know that's not the case, but.
Good time to make him walk away from that Tom Jack.
It sounds like someone's just had a harsh landing somewhere. We've all done it. Okay, landing. 25. Set that to medium. Poor. Apply the metal. What's our landing weight going to be? So our landing weight is going to be 048,567 plus landing fuel. There's around 60.4. Let's run it at 60.8. 608. Let's see if I can get in.
Victor holding a Juliet 1, runway 50 right, waiting for the arriving traffic.
Yeah, okay, we can. So we don't need. We can use idle reverse. Okay, actual conditions then. Doesn't say it's raining there in Belfast at the moment. So dry conditions and low auto brake, flap 3 landing. That'll work. Yeah, that works for us. Good stuff. What's the company message that's come through there? Actually, no rain. Just looked outside. Oh yeah, we were delayed for 12 minutes. Okay, never mind. Well, Leanna, you say that about difference between cat and dogs passing. Well, we've also got the cat as well, and I had the cat before. George, so I would have thought that would have been harder for me because he was mine as well, the cat, whereas the dog was my wife's. Obviously, they're ours now, but. Right, I'm just getting en route weather. So what's Manchester got? 280 at 26 knots. Nice. Nice, that's a decent bit of crosswind from the right coming in. So yeah, Manchester's all right. Yeah, that looks that looks like fun. 19 knot crosswind there.
Manchester traffic, Rhino 63 Juliet Golf, inbound runway 23 right, 20 miles.
What's Liverpool got? Liverpool's got gusts up to 40 knots. But most of that is a headwind, look. Yeah, it's a 39 knot headwind, so... That's why I didn't want to do Liverpool. I thought, yes, the winds are stronger there, but it's just a headwind.
Manchester traffic unit 55, yeah, can you just pushing back down to 8 behind passing compass?
What's the Isle of Man doing? I bet that's an absolute mess. Oh, actually, that's not bad. 280 at 26.
Manchester traffic, Rhino 7 Delta Victor, lining up 23 right by Juliet 1, Manchester traffic.
So Liverpool probably wouldn't be a bad shout if we needed to go somewhere. Yes, it's just a headwind. Manchester was worse. Rick, the Easyjet from Belfast is now just done 2 go-arounds at Manchester and is now diverting.
Rhino 7 Delta Victor, taking off runway 23 right, Manchester traffic.
No shaming going around. No shaming diverting either.
Right. Traffic.
I would be very
Manchester
disappointed.
traffic, Rhino 63 Juliet Golf is established on the local line there, runway 23 right.
I'm just listening to ATC there. I would be very disappointed if we didn't get it in Belfast, given the current weather that we've got showing.
Manchester traffic, KG 739 lining up 23 right behind Mike 1 behind departing Ryanair traffic.
Sure, there's no ATC there tonight. Okay, so we've got our top of descent about 70 miles away, so let's have a quick look at everything then. So setting up the box.
739, sorry, Easy 739 departing runway 23 right, bit of aircraft on the departure.
And just see what that approach looks like by default in there. That's actually coming in via Belzoo. We probably don't need to do that, so we've got no ATC in there. Let's just clear that out. Clear out that discontinuity. So we go IPSET straight to the centre fix 25. There we go. Speeds look good in there as well in the box, so yeah, they're fine. Radnav page, then we have BFS. No, we don't. We have Bell. $43 miles away. That's the one. Progress page, Echo Golf Alpha Alpha, runway 25. Let's pop in the weather then. So the weather is 27015. QNH 995 hectopascals. Set that up. Temperature is 8 degrees. It's quite warm actually again in the UK. It was freezing a few days ago. It's warm again now. What are the minimums for this approach? Runway official range is fine with legal start the approach, and it's 468. We're doing a config 3 landing. And secondary flight plan completely active. Manic wonder where Easy 18 November Echo's diverting to. If I had to make a guess, I would guess, where did it come from? Belfast. Might go back. It might go back. So my money would be on Belfast or Birmingham. If I had to, if I was a betting man. Alright, let's go through and brief the arrival. So the weather then in Belfast, as we've seen, nice headwind to enjoy. It's not as strong as we thought it was going to be, so that's fine. 270.15, so yeah, a little bit crosswind from the right, but not very much. So that's okay. Aircraft is behaving itself, nothing's broken, no notables at the airport we're arriving into, that's fine. Threats to be aware of, we've got no air traffic control, so just keep an ear out on Unicom, etc. No real terrain around Belfast either, so that's okay. Let's brief the arrival then. So basically we're going to go Ipset, and then from Ipset we're going to fly sort of not 290 but more like a 310, 320 to fly then, and just almost going into Centrefix localizer straight from there, rather than going to Belzoo or Belfast VOR and making a full approach. So then after leaving Ipset, we'll obviously 2,000 rounds per flow, 10,000 feet. Starting to slow to green dot when we're about 15 miles out. Stay on profile. Platform altitude is 2,500 feet. We'll probably look to set the glide slope about about 9 miles out, about 3,000 feet. It's normal 3 degree ILS. We've got Pappies as well. Nothing daft or dangerous with the runway. It's 45 meter wide runway coming in, runway 25, so yeah, standard stuff. Vacate onto Delta 1 and then taxi back onto usually stands 12, 13, 14, 15 is what we'll go to, so that's pretty much the lot. Let me answer her, then we'll have a look at the go around. Hello.
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink, maybe a tea or coffee, or a bottle of water.
No, thank you.
No problem. Do give me a call if you change your mind, though.
Rig heading north, possibly Glasgow. I don't know. That seems like a strange place to go. That's a long bus ride to Manchester. They might just be heading north to hold somewhere and decide what they want to do. Contact ops and say, right, we can't get out of Manchester. Where do you want us to take the jet? The go around then is straight out 3,000 feet, and when we're 2,500 feet, it's a right turn. Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the flight deck. We're currently at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, and we're doing our best to make up that time as we were a little bit late getting departed back in Southampton. The weather is actually looking better than originally expected. It's not quite as windy as we'd planned for, so hopefully it should be a smooth approach. We'll shortly be starting our descent in the next sort of 5-10 minutes, so cabin crew will then start to prepare the aircraft for the arrival, so if you can give them any assistance they required, and obviously the signal signs will be going on shortly should you need to use the restroom. I'll take this opportunity now to thank you for flying with us, and we will see you all again on the ground, and we should be there in around 20-25 minutes. Thank you. Rick, is it off to Glasgow then? Oh, that's strange. I mean, what's the weather doing at Glasgow? They've got to get, if they've had 2 go-arounds, Rick, if they've had 2 go-arounds, they need to now get in somewhere where they can be assured of landing. I mean, obviously, they will have taken loads of extra fuel, particularly if they're in Manchester, you know, it's a massive runway, so they're not going to have to worry about a regulated landing weight. But, let's see what the weather is doing at Glasgow then. So wind is 2804. Oh yeah, okay, that's a safe bet. I thought Glasgow was going to have some rough weather, but it's not. No, that's yeah, that's looking pretty good. It's looking very good actually. I wouldn't have gone to Liverpool because of that strong headwind. What about, where else did I say? Birmingham. What's Birmingham doing? Oh right, okay, that's full of gusts. No, wouldn't go there either. They need somewhere with good weather. Newcastle. It's, maybe Newcastle. Mm, 340. Light rain, broken 900. Yeah. Oh, Glasgow's safe, isn't it? Yeah. Fair enough. Kuba, what app is that? It's just one on the iPad that I use called Smart Briefing that I found. I quite like it, it's pretty decent. Okay, let's get down. Oops, not that low. We'll descend flight level 100. Thrust idle over descent. Down we go. Shelnuff, what's a restroom? It's the polite way of saying the crapper. It's very dark over here, and we've got Rolls way down there. So even though we're flying right through the midst of Storm Elin, or Elin, however they call it, it's actually been a much smoother flight than planned, so I can't really complain at that. If you have enjoyed the flight so far, guys, please do leave a like. It's obviously a big way to help the channel. Of course, it's free as well. PGMD, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That is correct. So going back to that go-around then, the aircraft's just done at Manchester. If they do 2 go-arounds, they have to divert. They have to divert after 2 go-arounds. And I think this is a company SOPs thing, but you did say it was an Easyjet flight, didn't you? So they have to divert after 2 go-arounds, unless their third landing is absolutely assured, and the only way they could really assure that is if the previous 2 go-rounds were due to external factors, things other than weather, basically like a dog on the runway or something. Not that they go around for that, sadly. Isaac, does the Phoenix have the weather, Everett? No. No, they don't. Is the information at the top of the screen not working? Let me see if I can give that a kick. Not sure why it's not working. Was it working earlier on? Hopefully it'll be working now for you. If we're going to do that 9-mile final as well, let's see if we get a nice CDA in there. So if we go to our fixers page, Echo Golf Alpha Alpha, runway 25, and a 9-mile final. Well, it will be 3,000 feet to intercept. Casper, you're welcome. Coming up on the profile now, so Jay, a diversion en route to Belfast should put you at Shannon. Sure, Jay, it depends where you're going from. Also, remember, it depends if Shannon can take the A320. It depends on... airlines like to have their jets at airports where they've got staff, basically. So let's say Easyjet was to divert to Dublin, for example. They'd probably get hounded. But they could do it if they needed to, obviously. It's a big airport. If they've got a tech problem, they can get it fixed. But they're so, like, I don't think EasyJet would ever divert to Shannon because they just don't have the facilities there. What's the parking stand we can expect then? I think we've just got a message telling us that. Stand 14. So, where's that? Delta, cross 17, stand 14. Ah, yeah, there it is. It's fine. So we're in stand 14. Can we... No, we're too far away. Holy moly! I don't think that's realistic. Why am I seeing the Northern Lights? Is there high solar activity at the moment around around Earth? Clearly that's ported down. I don't know what's going on with the Northern Lights there. Not seen that before. Cuba, I would contact Scottish Control if Scottish Control were around. Oh, they've disappeared now. Maybe I realised that we probably shouldn't be showing those. Maybe that's a sim update 14 thing. York, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Cabin crew about 15 minutes to landing. Okay, 3000 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Yeah, it was a bit random seeing the Northern Lights over, well, it would have been over the Atlantic, I think, wouldn't it? So yeah, not right. Never mind. Casper, mate, thank you for subscribing. Okay, VS 1500. Use VS right now, try and get a nice CDA approach in. What I might actually do is, once we've hit Ipset, then you can see we can just leave this in nav mode, and that'll set it out. That's quite nicely about a 9 mile final looking at that. And if we look to level off just before it, that'll give us just a bit of time to start slowing down as well. So I think that's going to work out nicely for us. Oh, sorry, didn't realise there that was still there. Let me get rid of that. So just showing you, yeah. So Ipset straight in, and we've got a 9 mile final in. Going to level off just here, but we're not actually at 3,000 feet. I want to be 3,000 feet here to intercept the glide slope. But I've got it just slightly before that because we do need to slow down, of course. Ooh, I didn't like that. It's been a while since I've had that happen. The little stutter there. OJ used to fly for Flybe. Oh, what a legendary airline. Dash 8's between Brum and Ireland. The ditch was Shannon if we couldn't get into Belfast or Dublin. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, they can take them, can't they? Oh, I hope the future after Flybe was okay for you, Jay. Just pulling to open descent while we slow down. Thrust idle descent. 10,000 feet coming up, so we'll get the lights on. And we shall activate the approach phase. So that's done. India Alpha Golf is identified. Looks like clear skies, doesn't it, as well? Very nice. It does seem a bit bumpy, but you're right. Well, you can see that the wind is just fluctuating all over. Casper, well spotted. I was hoping, well, not hoping. I was wondering if someone would spot this. I actually selected the wrong aircraft today. I'm meant to be in my Golf registered aircraft, UK registered, but I spawned in with this Fenix aircraft, and I couldn't go out and spawn back in again. Because every time I do that, for some reason, it never seems to load in. I kind of get one chance to load in, and if it works, great. If not, then that's it, game over. So I've just left it. Never mind. Sure, you left the business, Ali. Only flying a Piper Cherokee these days. I mean, it still sounds fun, mate, but oh, sad days when they went. I feel for you. Right, start slowing down. Manage the speed. So VS 1000 and 21 miles out. Sebastian says, thank you. After years of flying the 737, I can now fly the bus because of the the videos on the channel. Excellent. Have we converted you, though? What do you think? You say you've flown both. I can't say about the 737. It confuses the hell out of me. But what do you think to the Airbus now you can fly it? Hello?
Hi, Captain. All passengers are seated and secured for landing.
Okay, I'll let you know when I need you to take your seats. Thanks.
No problem.
Manic says Ryanair just successfully landed in Belfast. Oh well, we can't be outdone by a Ryanair, can we? But no, I think we're going to be fine. I think we'll be fine. Everything. How to know the remaining duration? Go onto the flight plan page. That's the time you plan to land. That's how many miles you've got left in the bottom column there. So 21:49, and it's currently 21:36. Jay, you missed flying the was type rated on the 320 and 757. Oh, excellent. Oh well, hopefully this this flight stream might bring back some memories then. Happy ones, I hope. Approach checklist bar FQNH 995 hectopascals is set. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 4, 6, 8. Auto brake low and EFB is stowed. And the 757, I think, is the only Boeing I'd potentially entertain. Belfast traffic easy, 467 Lima, currently 16 miles to the northeast of Belfast, and we're heading 308 to intercept ILS, runway 25. Jay, I remember my travel light. I am old enough. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're just hanging under that glide slope. That's going to work well for us, I think. Gorgeous view of the city. Hey, bus driver, just landed at Geneva in the Fenix. The ILS was well off to the side. Really? Yeah, I've landed at Geneva so many times. I've never had that issue happen before. I wonder if it's something that's been updated in Incident Update 12. It's the only thing I can think of. Right, using my own very loose rules, it's actually worked out quite nicely this time. I say normally 12 miles is a good time for flaps 1 if you're not all ready for whatever speed restrictions. But here we go, 12 miles. So flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Speed starting to drop. Casper, very quickly, you go to the flight plan page, then top left hand page, fix info. Type in whatever fix you want, then you can add a radial out from it, you can add a radius, anything like that. And pull speed and select 180. Jay, they were ropey as hell. Was that like the? It was an orange livery with the My Travel sort of blue logo in the tail or on the fuselage, something like that. If my memory serves. Glide slope, lock blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Oh, that's a bit windy. East Birds, good evening, sir. Good to see you. There's the runway. The glide slope's looking to come down as well. So flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. star. Cabin crew seats for landing. And a nice 9-mile final. Nabil, would I say night lighting has improved with Civil Day 14? Not sure about the night lighting, but certainly the atmospheric condition lighting looks really good now. Glide slope start. Missed approach altitude 3,000 feet is set. Manic, yet replays on. Oh, seriously, with the Aurora Borealis, go away. Right, what the heck is going on with these winds? This wasn't the forecast. I reckon Simulate 14 screwed up that add-on. Don't expect to see the Northern Lights at this point. Right, that is a nice wind. That should start to drop off now, I think. Right, let's get sorted. So, manage speed, gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps 3. Jay, why would I manually fly it? I won't be auto landing, but I'm not going to manually fly it from this point. I'm in an Airbus, not a Dash 8. Barry, I've never seen it here at this point, and you know, I've quite often seen it in the right place. Oh, that's not. Oops, seatbelt signs. Oops. Belfast traffic easy 467 Lima, established 2-5, 5-mile final. Mersey Blues, not sure when that will be back. Right then, well, let's see if this wind drops off. Anyone got the latest METAR? I don't think it should be this strong. We're within limits though, so it's fine. Autopilot off, I have control. $270.15, thank you, Hendrix. So, I am expecting those winds to really drop off, which means if we're not careful, we're going to drift right of that centre line, which we are doing, so let's get that back on. Maybe that's a laser light show. Maybe it's not the Northern Lights. Come on, centerline. Get on it.
$500.
Stable. Probably need a little bit of a left rudder squeeze as we hit
100 above.
30 feet. 3 reds.
Minimum.
Picture. Picture's fine. Hold it there. Continue.
Light slope.
4 reds.
Light slope.
Okay.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
So I'm just going to deployed for screen decel. This is off. Manual brakes. 0 FPM. That definitely wasn't 0 FPM. I think we just broke it. I don't think it was worthy of a scream. Organ Aviator, thank you so much for your kind 199 super chat. How you doing, mate? Good to see you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain
Okay, we can
seated
vacate now
until
onto
fasten
runway 17. It's, you can use it as a taxiway. It's not in
devices
use.
for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used.
And Belfast traffic easy. 467 Lima vacating
Take all
onto
personal
runway
belongings
17.
with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination,
We'll have a look at the replay, see what the landing was like.
Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Where did I say we were going? Stand 14, wasn't it? And of course there is a fuel truck in the way. Eric, good night, mate. If you guys are on your way out, not sticking around to see the replay of that spectacular landing, then please do leave a like as you go. There's no load 15 report coming up. It's safe. No inspection required. Oh, for fuck. I knew he'd be there. I want to swear, but I won't. Even in HD. I'll tell you exactly what it was. I'll self-critique it. Put it in the left rudder. I thought, I need a bit of right aileron just to help with that. Yeah, okay. Got the rudder, got the aileron. Flare? What flare? Can't do 3 things at once. I'm a man. We'll watch the replay. You'll see it was absolutely fine. For flair's sake, that's it, Evie. Yeah. HD, I don't know. I don't. Honestly, I have not read it. That's why I said I could have done with reading it prior to the stream tonight. At least I know where I'm going with the taxi. I've slowed down. Anxious marshaller. And we're done. Night, Cleaver. Right, should we check out that replay? It wasn't all bad. So I'll leave everything on. Obviously, let's come off VATSIM. So that's gone. Self-loading cargo. Let's get rid of that as well. They're only going to scream again. And let's check out the replay then.
Too low. Terrain.
Oh, shut up. Let's see what it looked like from a passenger standpoint, shall we? A bit hard to see how hard the landing was as it's night time. Tell you what, my landings always appear to be a lot worse when FS Realistic's running. Can I blame that? Dark appearance there, isn't it? There's not too much lighting around. Oh yeah, okay, that was a heavy touchdown. 0 FPM is absolutely not correct. Funnily enough, the ran out call signs weren't that bad. Not like when we were in Split the other day and we got wind shear. That was bad. Go on then, Kuba. I'll give you an outside perspective. Why not? I've done some amazing landings, but I don't mind looking at the rubbish ones. Where's my lights gone? Took forever to get that nose down. Jacob, it wasn't very hard. It was just not soft. Rewind that a bit more. There you go. I reckon you were probably in the 400 FPM region. Which is still acceptable. But look at that centre line. Which I then didn't hold on the runway. That's the kind of landing I was expected to do at Southampton yesterday when we landed there, but as it turned out, that was perfect. Ah, well, never mind. Tonight was a bonus stream anyway, don't normally do Saturdays. Well, with that then, guys, welcome to Bumpy Belfast. Yeah, old joke, Andy, isn't it? A passenger asking, did we land or did we crash? A little bit of both. Well, guys, thank you so much. Oh, great view of Belfast city down there. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this rather impromptu stream. Weather was nowhere near as bad as we anticipated, was it? Never mind. Tomorrow, I don't think there'll be a stream tomorrow. twice in a weekend. That'd be pushing it, surely. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and please don't forget to leave a like on the way out if you haven't done so already. A massive shout out to our amazing community with the donations and gifted memberships, etc. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel in such an amazing way. Easyjet Superpilot channel members, absolute legends, all of you. Thank you so much, guys. Really do appreciate it. And to everyone else, of course, thank you so much for watching, and a special mention to HD for jumping in on the landing. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. I'll see you all very soon. Night, guys.
$500.